17 years here, man. I feel bad if nobody knew me. Yeah, so my name is Ricardo. CIA filed under Ricardo Arana. I'm 47 years old. I've been a volunteer here at the Binational Garden for 17 years. We're there by the monument Mesa. There was only like a mesh, like, not wire mesh, but kind of like an iron mesh, I would think. And so it was easy to talk to someone. And there was this custom of people joining from the US side and the Mexican side, and people would meet because they were cousins, family, friends, whatever. And there was always this other, let's say, random encounter, like maybe you're waiting for someone and then you start talking to the other person who's waiting for someone else.
It's very heartwarming to work with kids. You can share a lot of stuff, and it's really interesting to share your knowledge, your experience, and for it to become a tiny seed, because you really don't know. I mean, these kids are 12 to 15. It's a hard age for them. So you really don't know which one of the seeds that you're planting is going to grow out. You know.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a musician. I really like music, and that is my dream.
I don't want to go back like a lot in my early years of living here, because I was born in a little town like 4 hours south of Mexico City. And so my family comes from a history of farmers, actually, just in that area of Mexico. Most of the families who live there like kind of live out the land. So it was a cultural shock just being on the border, because lifestyle here is way different than it is in central Mexico, right? And so first of all, I couldn't understand my classmates, because I thought they spoke like really fast compared to, you know, kids in Mexico. And so and then a lot of the kids in my classroom had fathers who worked in the US. And so they used to talk about dollars and crossing over to San Diego Zoo, for example. And I was like, I don't even know what that is.
And then with regards to the border, I mean, it's a way of life here. Most of these kids have a visa, so they can go back and forth. Many of them are binational, but there's a lot of issues around that too. There's a lot of money coming in from the States of people that work over there, and it's becoming very expensive to live in California, so you're having a lot of gentrification down here of families that would not be living here, but that because it's becoming so expensive in California, they're deciding to move down here. And that is getting to be very expensive to people who earn pesos here or don't have some sort of a social net around them.
There's like a lot of maquiladoras in this area, TJ especially. Right here in Tecate, there's just one industrial park, but in TJ there's 4, like really big ones. And so I had the opportunity to work at a maquiladora about 10 years ago, 11 years ago, something like that. I only worked there for like 2 months, because I couldn't take it anymore. Like it was just too rough because the building has no windows. Obviously has no AC. There's just some heated structures at the ceiling, but I mean, you get the idea. There's maybe 100, 150 machines working on like 24 hours a day, and there's like maybe 200 people all crammed up in there, and so the heat's just too excessive. The salary is just laughing matter.
You didn't have to feel or be part of the friendship part or all these coalitions to enjoy and live and use it. It was just a thing that happened. And now because of the restrictions, I think people tend to organize more. It's not like something spread like that you have to be part of the activists now to be involved. So that's like a good thing and a bad thing in the sense that it doesn't keep spreading as much as it did, but everything is stronger.
I think in the ideal world, maquiladoras are not just in one city, but spread across the country or even placed in the country of origin. Because a lot of maquiladoras here are either Japanese, Swedish, or American, or Korean, you know? And so there's a reason that those factories are here, because it's cheaper for them to be here than being in the US or being in Korea or being in Japan, you know? So that's it. I think in ideal world, those factories should be in the country of origin, you know?
My hopes are that as certain affluency materializes in Baja California and we have more of this volunteer culture from the States, that we could have a more participative society in Baja California. So that would be my hope, that these kids are positive disruptors in our society and try to move things around and make people recognize that you have rights and you also have obligations towards the upkeep of our societies and our natural places.
I think America is immersed in its own guilt. Like they don't know how to act because they know it's true. And then I think that when you know something's true but you don't act upon it, you become the thing. And I see that, like when I see all these people of European descent, obvious European descent, in the news, wanting to stop people from with the wall and no migration, and they're coming for a job and all that, and I can't stop thinking, like, do you think that's what the Indians thought of you when you were invading their land? Do you think that's what don't you think that's what happened when you took away half of Mexico during that war? So I think it's guilt. I think it's like unprocessed emotions just coming to the surface and becoming what you don't want to become. That's my interpretation of the thing. So I think that when America does, and America at large with the melting pot that it's now, I think that when they do their diligence, like when they work emotionally as a country and what they did and what they can do, at some point I have hope. We can get all this stuff away and just be friends again and stand for what these guys wrote in this constitution that I think is great. I wish we could have some of your articles.
Thank you.
All right. Should I take this away?